Morning, it's 5 o'clock. I'm up and about. I come down, got the stove going, warming up in here. Got the coffee pot perking over there. We're gonna stick our head outside the door here in a minute. See what the weather is and how we're gonna dress. Got this really nice hat my mother made for me. Shipped it up from, she's in Florida for the winter, so she sent it up. And she said, "Oh, I made you this nice hat you can wear when you play with Morgan." Morgan's my 2.5-year-old granddaughter. So I got this hat, and I said, "Geez, look at that. Mom made me a Cookie Monster hat." I wore it 2 or 3 times, and then I happened to walk by the door, and I looked at my reflection there in the mirror, and I said, "Why is a Cookie Monster wearing a beret?" Wait a second. That ain't the Cookie Monster. That's Oscar the Grouch. What kind of message is she sending me? Because I'm not a grouch. Well, I have my moments, but only your mother can send you messages like that. Yeah, now we're cooking. Look at this.
I was told today I had to get some footage to add to his video. Not sure if that was a cue for me to move up. First drive of the day. On private land we have access to. Well, you will see. Shoot 'em up.
Got my climbing gear on. And just dropped the other 3 shooters off. And I'm gonna be the last guy in line. Got a little bit of snow, but not enough to really help much. Windy. It's gonna be cold sitting any amount of time today, so we'll see how it works out. All right, I made it in, and I'm on stand. So, boys are coming from the south. Got a cold north wind, but yesterday every day we jump fenced right straight with the wind to its back. So usually they don't do that. They go the other way and run into the wind. So I don't know. This is how we always set it up, so we'll see what happens. So that first spot was fruitless. The a lot of sign in there, but we didn't get any deer out of there, so we moved on, I don't know, a couple miles down the road to the next place, and had a little better results.
Go again. Making my way to my stand. The other guys are lining up, and pushes are getting in place to give her a go. It's always been a good spot. Okay, up I go. Okay, I'm in my spot. The guys are going to be coming from that way. It's a little bit of a turnaround. When I know they're on their way, I'll get up and turn around, I guess. It's usually what works best. We'll see. Okay, so that was exciting. We had shots fired to the right of me, and we know there's one confirmed down, and we've got a leaker. I heard crashing in this area, and it never got beyond, so I'm just waiting. The guys are cleaning up what they need to with the one down, and I'm kind of just on guard over here watching this area. And they've got blood, but they're not going to track it yet because they're going to let things rest a little bit. So I'm up here freezing, but it's all good because we have multiple deer down possibly. So I would say hopefully, I know for a fact one is down and dead. Hopefully there's another one in this area. It's pretty thick in there. I heard crashing. They never went past my left from what I could hear. So we'll just keep an eye and wait until I'm instructed on what else to do.
All right. Coming out of the woods here. I just put a hurting on one. It's all dressed out, and the boys are dragging it up to the truck. So, we're having a pretty good morning down here. Oh, you can hear the traffic going by the highway. And a couple more get by us. We're going to work on those next. You know. So, what happened there was that first deer come out to me, and you saw the quick clip there. I shot that one right there by the foot of the tree, and then the second one come down. I could see it coming off in the brush there, so it was coming right down the same run that first one did. I had my gun up on it and everything, and I was just waiting for it to clear out of some brush and give me a shot, and the wind was blowing right in the back of my head, and it caught my wind, and she spun right around. So when she spun around, I had a split second there, and had a broadside and touched old Thor's hammer off, and she just hooked back around, and she went up to my right and got up between me and Gino, and Gino shot at her 3 times, I think. After he started shooting, I had one more window there, and I shot again. And looking back at it, I don't know how that deer wasn't laid dead right there. But anyway, not something we're terribly proud of, but as you saw with Amy, we had it leaking. So we went over in a pretty good blood trail. But we by that time we said, well, you know what, we're just going to go let that lay down. And we went out the truck, had some lunch. She thought she heard it crash. It's probably over there, but we'll give it a little time. So we went over and had a tailgate lunch in the truck. Went back in, got a couple guys way up ahead of it. A couple of young fellows with good eyes took up the blood trail there, and it's bleeding good. Great big puddles of blood and full of air bubbles. We followed that deer for over a mile. Never laid down, just kept going. Found one spot. Finally, after a mile, it laid down. Got on X there and followed this whole track. And it laid down. And when it come out of that bed, we were getting up to it, it went out across the tar road into, well, more or less a residential area. But we went up and down the road after, and we know across the road, heard it go out, and that's the only place it could be, but we couldn't pick the blood trail up where it crossed the road, and we couldn't find it on the other side of the road. Right after it come out of that bed, it wasn't bleeding no more. So that's not something we're proud of. It's something that happens to everybody. We did our due diligence, and we went as long and hard as we could. We spent a long time trying to find that deer, and it didn't happen. So we admit that defeat. We'll get our act together, and tomorrow try again. So that's our Tuesday. We had a good day. It was cold, but we had a good day. See what tomorrow brings.